Next chapter, this is the Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. This chapter, 13th chapter, I consider it is the essence of Vedanta as packed in this. So, the whole Vedanta, Krishna brings it here in this 13th chapter, and itself can be taken just as one. The whole camp itself, this itself can be taken as one camp. But here we will go through quickly. But here this is not only the essence of Vedanta, it is the essence of Bhagavad Gita also. So Bhagavad Gita essence is packed in this also. If you want to take this as a whole, what is Niyamanitam? This is actually chapter can be packed. But what we discussed in all these chapters before is also packed in this. So we don't have to go into that exhaustive detail because this is essentially reflection of what we talked exhaustively in the past several hours. In this, in some Gita books, the Arjuna sloka is also there, where he asks the question, tell me what is Kshetram, what is Kshetrajnam, what is Jnanam, what is Jneyam, what is Prakriti, what is Purusha. So those are the 6 aspects or topics. Please tell me, I want to know. This is just like summary of what the chapter contains. So this chapter contains what Arjuna asked. And in this, the most important is Kshetra Kshetrajna. That's why the title is Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga. Now, if you understand the basis of it, then you will see the whole thing become clear. You remember, we told already that Krishna is everything. Bhumirapo Nala means I pervade the entire universe. So even the objects that you see is me only. So the world is not different from him. That's first aspect. So we cannot separate the world from him. Even though I see world is jadam or inert, and this is this, that is that, we are all seeing it, but in and through, we have to see beyond that which pervades this. Just as in the dream, I am creating the whole dream world, and inert world also I am creating, but it's the same mind creating even inert things also, and also both chara acharam also. Stavaram Jangamam. Remember in the Gita, in the Guru Stotra. So Krishna says, what is Kshetram and what is Kshetrajna? This is a question that responds to it. Here Krishna includes in the Kshetram everything that can be objectifiable. That is Kshetra. In essence, he is going to give a list of all the things, but in summary, all things that can be objectified as this is Kshetram. Huh? That includes all the Panchakoshas. So, starting from the body, mind, intellect, everything that I can objectify is Kshetram, is the field. Kshetram is field. And there is one different from Kshetram, is the knower of the field. Anything objectifiable, there has to be subject who knows the object. So that subject is Kshetrajna. Jna means knower of the Kshetra. Kshetrajna means who knows the objects. So now the classification who is Kshetrajna and Kshetram. So anything under the whole week. Vasanas, body, mind and intellect, everything all come under Kshetram, because these are objects that I can see, I can feel, I can touch, I can experience, I can perceive, I can analyze, I can deduct, everything that you can so all come under that, including vasanas. So the waking state and the dream state and the deep sleep state, the karana sharira also comes under Kshetram. Kshetrajna, the one knower, is the subject which is not Kshetram. That's why he called Kshetrajna. So Kshetram, he concludes the whole this which is inert. All objects are inert. That which is not Chaitanya Swarupam. So Kshetrajna, the knower, has to be a conscious entity. And that is Kshetrajna. Understand that? Now he starts with this. Idam shariram kaunteya Kshetramichyabhidhiyate etadyo vetti tam prahuhu Kshetrajna iti tadvidaha Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi Sarvakshetreshu bharata Kshetra kshetrajnayo jnanam Yatta jnanam matam mama. So Arjuna asked, what is kshetram and what is kshetrajnam and what is jnanam also he asked, and what is jnayam also. Here he is answering quickly those questions, and in that quick answers itself the whole Vedanta is putting it. It says, idam shariram, this body that I can say idam means that which I can point out as this. So any objectifiable thing is one, including shariram, including this body is part of the kshetram. Kaunteya, kshetram iti abhidiyate. This is known as kshetram, field for experience. So that's starting from idam shariram, including from this body on everything else. So he's going to include a lot more things later, but at least he starts with the body. So plus the whole thing, whole universe also including in that, because the body belongs to the universe only, but the bhautika shariram. And etadjo vettita prahu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. This idam shariram is the kshetram, and the one who knows this, the knower of idam shariram is kshetrajnaha. So who is kshetrajna? If there is a field, there is objects there, and the one who knows these objects, that subject is kshetrajnaha. So here, prahuhu, it's been said by who? In the Vedas. So Krishna himself refers to back to the Vedas as the reference. He says, iti vetti tam prahu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. So this kshetrajna is the knower of the kshetram. Kshetram is all this starting from the shariram. And in the Aitreya Upanishad says, this idam is sarvam. Purnamata, purnamidam. Idam means entire universe is actually comes under kshetram. And then it says, kshetrajnam cha api mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. A very powerful statement here. It says, kshetra. Just now he said the knower of this kshetram is called kshetrajnaha. Knower of the kshetram. That's all kshetrajna meaning is knower of the kshetram. And who is this knower of the kshetram? And here he says, kshetrajnam cha api mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. Hey Arjuna, know me as the kshetrajna in all fields. So there is one only kshetrajna, the knower, a conscious entity who knows in all fields, sarvakshetreshu, in all fields. So in all shariras, it's idam shariram, right? In all shariras, in all bodies, there is a knower who knows as a subject, and that is a kshetrajna. But also know now that kshetrajnam cha api mam vidhi, me as the kshetrajna, I am the knower in everything. Means there is nothing other than me as a conscious entity. There is only one subject and everything else is the objects. Okay? And this knowledge, kshetrajnayo jnanam, yattat jnanam matam. You wanted to know jnanam? This is the jnanam also. What? Knowing who is the kshetrajna and what is the kshetra. If you know this, you have the real knowledge. All other knowledge are not jnanam by default. You say, I am PhD in what? PhD in chemistry, in this side, in that side, I know this, I know that. You don't know anything, because unless you know this, this is jnanam. That is ajnanam only, because that is only superficial knowledge, because you are talking about only names and forms of that. Knowing which, remember, we say, you know more, the more you know, the more ignorant you become. Because you are specializing in smaller and smaller and smaller in any field. In fact, every scientific paper says the same thing, right? You want to solve the problem, and in the end of the conclusion, will say some more things to be done in order to understand this problem. So every paper has to end up with that only. Otherwise, he won't get funded next time. so knowledge goes on and on. So there is no end for this objective knowledge. Why? That is the endless only. That's why he becomes humble. When he knows more, he becomes humble only because he knows what he knows is very little. But here, Krishna declares here, this is the jnana. What is the jnana? Knowing what is kshetrajnaha and what is kshetram. This division and understanding these two is the real knowledge. According to, he is very polite here, Yattadjnanam matam mama. According to my opinion, Krishna is saying, according to my opinion, this is the real knowledge. If you want a different opinion, different. So in this, he answered certain basic things. We'll come back again later. But basically, what is kshetrajnaha is essentially saying there are no double consciousness. I have one consciousness, here another consciousness, somebody else has third consciousness. This is not the right understanding. I am the Kshetrajna in all fields. But what I know is different from what he knows. How can that be? I don't know what he knows. That doesn't sound right? So, that aspect is what I know is a concept in my mind also, because what I know is only at the mental state. It is a notion in the mind. I am pure consciousness, which is neither knower nor known also. We'll go into that detail later in this chapter itself. And instead of what is knowledge, he gives the value system that you need in order to know the knowledge. Says this is the real knowledge, but how do I gain that knowledge? First, in order to gain this knowledge, there is a prerequisite. For any science, there is a prerequisite. For to go to any course, they will tell you prerequisites for taking that course. Because unless you prepare your mind, you cannot enter. Otherwise, just because I know A, B, C, D, I cannot go and listen to E is equal to MC squared, because I know E and I know M and I know C. But E is equal to MC squared is something beyond just the letters. So I have to prepare my mind to understand what it means. And therefore, instead of what is jnanam, here he is talking about the jnana sadhanam, jnaya vastu is going to give us the value system. And here in the Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, he is introducing the values that one needs. So, how is it helpful for me? First you have to gain these values for me to appreciate even the beauty of, because this is the real knowledge. Other knowledge is not really useful. Other knowledge is not really the real knowledge. This is the knowledge, but to gain that knowledge, I have to prepare my mind. And there are 24 values that we use, and I'm going to run through. So, lack of time says, Amanitvam adambitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam saucham sthairyamatma vinigraha indriyarteshu vairagyam anahankaram evacha janma mrityujara vyadi dukkha doshanudarsanam asaktirana vishwangaha putradara bruhadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu Maisha yogina bhaktiravya vicharini vivektadesa saivitvam aratirjana samsadi adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattvajnanartha darsanam etat jnanamiti proktam ajnanam yadatonyatha. You all understood? The values that become valuable, only we can understand the value of the value. Says Amanitvam, because these are exhaustively one can go on analysis of this, but in principle we need to understand, at least inculcate these values to the best we can, so that our mind becomes a pure. All these values are useful for purification of the mind. That's essentially the essence. Amanitvam, adambitvam. Amanitvam means I am being proud. I am being proud. There are two things here. Adambam also proud. There is one kind of proud and another kind of proud. So one pride is for what I don't have and I pose that I have. That's one kind of proud. So it says, people pose as if they are really more than what they are. Why? Because other people will respect them by seeing that. So this way they get respect. So what this is, that is called one kind of pride, where I really don't have. Somebody go to parents and say, oh, my child got that admission, but I didn't accept it. Which means he didn't get it admission. That's all it means. Why do you have to say? Because so that other people don't think my child is that dumb. So this kind of, what I don't have it, I'm trying to pose that I have it, and that's kind of, I'm just giving an example, I don't know if that's true or not. That kind of is one kind of amanitvam. Adambitvam is a pride for having what you have. So when I buy something beautiful house, I decorate it, everything. What happens? It is nothing. My husband doesn't say anything about how good it is and all. At least I have to bring other people to make sure they praise this house. Hey, this is beautiful. Oh, he said beautiful. Did he say this is good? Then what? They are praising what I have, and from that I am proud of what it is. So I am proud of what I have with all this. That's I am making so much money. I am saying, so this property is mine. That is beautiful. This is beautiful. I bought millions of dollars that property. Why? What I have is what I am. It looks like, because what I have property, because what I am, my respect depends upon what I have, not what actually I have. That wrong place of values, all that we see in the life. This is what Krishna says. You have no value to the real value. This actually you have false values of what prestige and all that thing is. That becomes an obstacle, because your mind is involved in this also. When other people have it and I don't have it, what happens? I become jealous. I wish I also have that. And all these problems come into the picture because I am giving a value to their valueless things. It may have value in terms of property, money-wise, but in principle, in the long run, it doesn't have value. And this is things that are so many important. Acharya, Upasanam, Saucham, Stharyam, Matram, Vinigraha, Ahimsa. Several values that we know. Our parents have taught us, the teachers have taught us, education has taught us. We know values of those. But we compromise those values. And that's why the problem is. Whenever I compromise the value that I know it is valuable, but still I compromise, then that's called a sin. That means I know knowledge is there, but I am compromising because my mind wants to do something against my own compromise. Then it means I have a value called partial value. So don't lie. A simple example is, don't lie. Don't lie means what happens when you lie? Just for a theory. What happens when you lie? Who knows that I lie? Who knows I lie? I know. I'm the one who is lying. That means my intellect knows what is the truth and why what I am lying. So there is a disparity between the truth and the lie that I am saying, that I know. But why am I lying? Because of first either fear, or I want to pose that I have something which I don't, other people think I have, therefore let me pose or lie and things like that. Some other reason that I am lying, compromising myself in the process. And you think in this I am splitting the two, the mind and intellect. Mind says no, that's not true. Intellect says, for shut up. This is what is true, I'm going to tell. So whenever I compromise myself against my own judgment, I am hurting my subtle equipment, inner equipment. It's not for others. Others make, forget about others. I am hurting myself in the process whenever I compromise myself against my own intellectual judgment, and that is what is called sin. In the process, now next time when the intellect says, I have to do it, the mind says, shut up, it's not convenient, let me take rest now. Why? I strengthened the mind against my own intellectual judgment. Why I don't have the will? He's going to tell about will and all that in the 18th chapter, Dhriti and all that. The one who align themselves in this, what the intellect says and the what mind follows and the what is, that discipline is there, that's called arjavam. In this, there is a statement also. The one has to have, the arjavam has to be there. And that is also valued. Where is that arjavam? Somewhere. Okay, anyway, it's there. Arjuna means straightforward. You know why Arjuna? Arjuna is straightforward always. He doesn't bend around. And that straightforward means what I think, what I say, and what I act, they are in line. And that's what is called the real truth also. Whenever I compromise, it is compromising my subtle equipments. And the subtle equipments are needed for me to go beyond. That's why Krishna is emphasizing the value of these values. Why? These are important for me to realize earlier. So whenever you are compromising your own values, you are hurting yourself. No. Says, what does a thief do? He steals other property. Right? But it doesn't mean that he doesn't have any value. He knows the value. Stealing is bad. Because he doesn't want anybody else to steal his property. That means he has a value. He wants everybody else to observe that value, but himself doesn't observe. So even liar also, he wants everybody to tell the truth. Expects everybody to tell him the truth, but he is ready to lie. There's a logical problem. So some people ask, this is a notorious liar. He lies every time. And he makes a statement, I am a liar. Is it true or not? Is it true or not? If he's a liar, then he's not a liar anymore. This is the logic, Western logic. You hear all those things anyway. But important thing here is, one of the values that Krishna says is Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. It says, the understanding, what Nityatvam, all the time, devote yourself for the study of this. That is a value. Okay? That is a fundamental value, because that is essential. All purpose, all life things are all going to changes. This life and next life, previous life, all these things have gone. But ultimately, what is the main goal of life itself is, this is the ultimate goal. All other things don't mean much in the final analysis. And therefore, this is the ultimate, because this is the real jnanam. The other jnanam is not a jnanam. And any pursuit towards that is the highest pursuit in life itself. With that, the answer is what is needed in order to gain that jnanam. Now he goes into the description of the Prakriti and Purusha in this. And in the Prakriti Purusha, he uses both the Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma also. He is going to switch back and forth to take the mind. You see him here, but you go beyond this also. Okay? Let's take one slogan. Sarvata Panipadam Tad Sarvatokshi Siro Mukham Sarvata Shruti Malloke Sarvamavrutya Tishtati. So here is where in the 11th chapter he gave Vishwarupa Darshanam, and he is telling back here, Sarvata Panipadam Tatu. Everywhere Panipadam, the hands and legs and everything, those are my hands, my legs only. Sarvatokshi Siro Mukham. Akshi, the eyes, Siraha, the heads, Mukham, the face, everything is, my face is everywhere, all over. Sahasrasisha Purusha, right? Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. So he is thousands of eyes. Not that a Lord is having thousands of eyes. Every house, every eyes, every face, everything is his eyes, his face. That should be understood. Here Krishna is emphasizing Sarvata Sruti Malloke, where all over the years, all the years that we say Sarvata, all are me, yet Sarvam Avrutya Tishtati, that which is pervading all that is me. Follow now? This is called Adhyaropa Apavada, teaching of the Vedanta. You take it up to that point, then pull the carpet out, and for you to go beyond. This is what the whole scripture says. You upasana, you see the God in this form, but again says that's not God. Go beyond. Don't hang on to that. You hang on until you can concentrate, but you go beyond if you go beyond. So that is essentially called Adhyarapa Apavada, where your mind has to shift yourself to the higher level. So here, this description is both from the Sagunopasana aspect of it, as well as the Nirgunopasana aspect of it. Sarvendriya Gunabhasam Sarvendriya Vivarjitam Asaktak Sarvabhruchaiva Nirgunam Gunabhoktrucha. Again the same statements. It says Sarvendriya Gunabha, all the qualities as well as the sense organs, all the things that are being illuminated, Indriyas, and Gunabhasam, that which is illumined by the Indriyas, all are mine only. At the same time, none of them are Sarvendriya Vivarjitam, all things that are different from all these things also. So both aspects are coming. Therefore, Asakta Sarvabhruchaiva says that supports everything without any attachment. Asaktaha. Nirgunam, there is no qualities in me. But all gunas are me also. You can look at me from the point of what it is you are seeing and say guna, because that's also me. But also go to a higher level where you remember that upasaka, that bhakti, where it is beyond all that, that's also the me. That gunam, where there is no gunas, because it is infiniteness, therefore there cannot be any gunas. Bahiram tascha bhutanam acharam charam evacha Sukshmatva tadavijneyam dhurastam chantike jatat. These contradictions here, every statement is contradicted immediately. That's only so that we uplift our mind beyond this. It says, Bahi antaha, antar bahischata sarvam, yapya narayana stitaha. Here, Krishna himself is saying, Bahi anta, I am outside, I am inside. Where is that place? I am not there. So don't put me in one place somewhere. That only for symbolically you can put me for your devotion, but recognize I am everywhere also. Bhutanam, antar bahischa bhutanam. In all beings, I am inside them and outside them. There is nothing left. There are only two, either inside or outside. So here I am everything. Acharam charami vacha. I am immovable and also I am movable also. So everything that moves is Him, and that which doesn't move also Him also. And Sukshmatva, this is the subtlest that you have to grasp. That which is beyond Characharam, beyond the Characharam, that which is something that supports both of them. And that is that Durastam cha Antini. It is far away and it is so close also. Closest to you. Close means nearest to you. Who is nearest to you? You who are nearest to you. That is exist in consciousness that you are. And this is one of the beautiful slokas. Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva sthitam bhutabhartrucha tadgyeyam bhutabhartrucha tadgyeyam grasishnu prabhavishnucha. So here is the subtlest. Just now I say Sukshatvat in the previous one. It's a very subtle indeed. What is the subtlety? And this is where the teaching comes into picture. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam eva cha sthitam. I see all differences that I see. He is different, she is different, different. So even though things are different, everyone is different because everyone has a qualities that differentiate from other things. Yet avibhaktam, that which is constant in all these, that which has no differences in these differences. Things are different at the superficial, but I have to see one and through that which doesn't have any difference in all these. So what is not that different? He is different, she is different, who is different, everybody is different, all Sariram, body is different, mind is different, intellect is different, all this Sariram, Kshetram is different for each one. But what is that in that Kshetram also? What is that which is not different, that is same along all them? Is me. That who can, that's why you have to have a subtle mind to see oneness in many. Non-duality in duality. Advaita is not elimination of duality. I had to see non-duality in duality. I see a duality, but also I have to see something beyond that I see. That's what essentially implication here is, that I have to see something beyond in these differences, and differences are there, but yet there is something that is substantive which is common in all. Just as the ring is different, bangle is different, necklace is different, bracelet is different, but there is one that remains the same in all these. That because of which it came, by which it is sustained, into which it goes back. That's what he said, I am the Prabhava, Pralayaha, Sthanam. I am the one who created this. I am the one who is sustaining this. I am the one into which dissolves into me. That the material cause of the universe itself, that is that which doesn't change in all the changing things. Avibhaktancha, in the vibhakteshu, in all the changing things, there is one changeless entity. If something A becomes a B, there is a, that's called the chemistry balance, right? A plus B is equal to C plus D. And the A plus B and C plus D things are changing, but there has to be common factor that balances out. That is the material balance. Matter has to be conserved. That which remains the same in all these changing things. So that because of what the matter is, by into which the matter sustains, and things are changing from A to B, B to C, C to D, all that. But there is some that which substance remains across the board of the equation. The same way that because of which the whole universe came, by which it is sustained, into which it goes back, that is me. And that is avibhaktam. There is no differences in that. Differences are only in the superficial names and forms, and therefore avibhaktanja bhuteshu, in all bhuteshu, in all beings, there are differences and differences and differences. But the very essential life principle that pervades in everything, that is me, my expression. That is the existence and the consciousness that is manifesting in them is that avibhaktam. That jnayam, that is the knowledge which is sukshmatvat, that is very subtle indeed. And what is that? Here it says, Jyotisham api tad jyotihi tamasah paramuchyate jnanam jneyam jnanagamyam Hrudi sarvasya vishtitam. This is Jyotisham api jyotihi. This is where the essence of Vedanta is packed here. It is the light of all lights. Says, what is that which is indivisible in all these divisions? That which pervades everything, because of which all these objects are there. That because of which everything is known. That Kshetrajnaha, that I am, is Jyotisham api jat jyotihi. I follow here. It says, I am the light of all lights here. Tat jyotihi, beyond the darkness. Paramuchyate, that is supreme, and that is the jnanam, jneyam, jnanagamyam, everything is resolves into that only. Hrudi sarvasya vishtitam, and that is there in every heart. Is going to puts it together. One side he says, I am the light of all lights, because it is that light. Remember yesterday I was telling you about how knowledge takes place. And because of the consciousness, I am conscious of the thought. The thought is nothing but the object outside. The object outside has become a thought in my mind, and thought in my mind is thought in my consciousness, and that is the light of all lights. So when blind man is born blind, and he says, I cannot see. Why? I am blind. Now if I ask, can you see that you are blind? Yes, I can see. What? But I cannot see. Andho anando bhavati. The blind man is no more blind there, because the light of consciousness is beaming through. And that light is light because of which I know even darkness. Remember I mentioned there's a pitch darkness. In what light I can see it's dark. I don't have to turn the light on to see the darkness. But I know it is dark. How? I can see. In what light? That light is the light of all. That is the Jyotisha Mapadarshi. I can see the sun. Why? Oh, sun is shining, therefore. But even sun shining, I had to shine on the sun. Because if I'm blind, I cannot see the sun. He may be dazzling there, I cannot see the sun. I may feel the heat, but I cannot see the sun. But I know I can see the sun only because I am a conscious entity. Table doesn't see the sun. So it is light, even the lighting that. That's why Natatra Suryo Bhati Nachandra Tarakam Nema Vidyuto Vanti Kuto Yamagni Ameva Bhantam Anubhasi Sarvam. Because of you, everything is shining. But without you, nothing can shine. And that is Jyotisha Apita Jyoti. That is the light of all lights. This is essentially Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Where is that? This is Hudisarvasya, Sarvasya Hridihi. In all people's heart, I am there. Heart means the essence, the heart of the problem. What is the heart of the problem? What is the essence of the problem? So what is heart of every bhuta, every being? What is heart of everybody means? I am. Because everybody says I am. Right? All the biodata starts with I am, this pages of this. But only I am. If the God comes into picture and asks you, who are you? He has to say, I am that I am. Right? All I can say is, I am what? Existent consciousness, that Jyotisha Mapijat Jyotihi. You cannot say anything else, because anything else is objectification. Anything else, description becomes an object. I am the subject that cannot be described. All I can say is I am. But if you cannot describe, how do you know you are there? I don't need to know I am there or not. I know I am there. Even if you diss me that I am there, I know I am there. So my existence and that I am conscious cannot be established by any means of knowledge. Because it is self-existing, self-conscious entity. Anything else, I had to establish the existence. I had to say you are there, I had to prove you are there. You may say you are there, but for me to know that you are there, I had to see you. Hey, I didn't see you in the class. Oh, I was there. No, how come you are there? I didn't see you. So, for me to establish your existence, I had to see. But for you to establish, you don't say, am I here or not? You don't have to ask anybody else to tell you that whether you are there or not. Because you are self-existing, self-conscious entity. You don't need any proof, anything. It's also important because a scientist say, some people say science is going to prove. It can never prove about this, because any proof is only within the pratyaksha or anumana only. Only proof is Vedanta Pramana. Vedas says only this is the real truth. That's why Shraddha is important. Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Shraddha Patyavapotana. I need to understand what the Shastra says. That has to be understood. And in this kshetram includes everything that I have described so far. That which is the sarvata, pani, padam, everything, all beings, everything is kshetram only. Kshetrajna is something that knows all that which is Jyotisham, that is in your own heart, which is Shrudi Sarvasya, that is in the very core of your own. Brahma vidapnoti param, that who is the knower of Brahman reaches the highest. And where is that Brahman? You have to know in your own heart, in the heart of your cave, he is there. That is what the description here. So essentially, the Vedanta is condensed in this chapter. And here it goes into what is Prakriti and what is Purusha next. What's Prakriti is same as Kshetra. What is Purusha is same as Kshetrajna. Except there is a difference. The difference is Kshetram, the field, includes vasana plus the whole thing also. Because they are shariram. Start with idam shariram. So whole thing including the karana sharira. It's called the individual level, it is vasanas. From the collective level, it's called maya. So it includes the whole thing as kshetram. Whereas Prakriti is going to describe only this part, the Maya part. So Maya is the Prakriti, only the Karana Sharira, the cause from which the creation came. That is Prakriti. Purusha is that which is the consciousness, and Prakriti, Purusha together produce the whole universe now. Follow? It says, Garbham Dadami. I am the one who impregnates the Maya to produce the whole universe itself. That's what the scripture is going to tell. And where is that statement anyways? Trying to Vayam Garbham Dadami. But anyway, it's there. Okay, so the difference between Kshetram and the Prakriti is only, Kshetram includes Prakriti also, whereas Prakriti only the Karanam, the cause because of which the whole creation is created. And Kshetrajna is the same as the Purusha, except Kshetrajna at individual level is Jiva, whereas Purusha is only from the total point of the totality that Ishvara is only pointed out. But other than the difference is that everything becomes the same. Now, in order to go from one to other, he also tells that also here. Okay, do 21, because that's an introduction to 14th chapter. Purusha prakutisto hi bhungte prakriti janan gunan karanam guna sangostya sadasadyoni janmasu. So here how the creation occurs, what kind of things are getting created. Here is, I am the one who gives the Garbham Dadami. I am giving the Garbhadanam to the Prakriti from which the whole universe came into picture. And my association, the Purusha and the Prakriti together combining, and this Prakriti itself is Trigunatmikam, Sattva-Rajas Tamogunam, and this Prakriti and me coming together is the whole creation. And therefore, this is the cause for varieties of sadasadyoni. Sat means the good birth and the bad birth. All that is because of these gunas coming from the Prakriti. It's nothing to do with me. Those gunas are from the Prakriti. I am pure always. But because of the association with the Prakriti, Prakriti is Maya total, otherwise vasanas at the individual level. So whether somebody is good or bad, because of the vasanas only. Usually it's Paramatma only, but vasanas of the association, it is behaving in particular fads because of that association with the Prakriti. So this Gunasangaha, in association with the gunas which belong to the Prakriti, the Purusha together is what Sat Asat Janmas. The good Janma or bad Janma, born in here, born there, born in India, born in America, born everywhere, move America, all these things because of vasanas only coming from. Now, given this whole structure, how do I evolve out of it? So let's read that sloka 22. Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha Paramatmeti chapyukto Dehesmin Purusha Paraha. Here, the evolution is to come slowly from the Jiva all the way up. This is first Upadrashta. Upadrashta means Sakshi Swarupam. So in the meditation, how do we do it? First I have to recognize I am not this. And I am an observer observing this. That's what we went through. But this is exactly what the scripture is telling us to do. So I am standing apart as a witnessing consciousness and looking at the whole world. Whole world is dancing in front of me, but I am just a seer of the dance. If I can stand apart and look at it, I am Upadrashta. But if I join the dance and get carried away, then I have to slowly learn how to stand apart. You can keep on dancing and start crying then because whenever it goes up and down, I am elated. Whenever it goes down, I am crying. And that's why Krishna starts. What is this? Asocyan Anvasochatvam. You are crying where there is no reason to cry because you are dancing along with the whatever up and down and all that. In order for you to look, Panditaha Anusochanti. Panditas don't please because they are standing apart and looking at the ground. So that is Upadrashta. I have to learn how I can stand apart. For that, purity of the mind is required, and he discussed already Karma Yoga in the 3rd chapter itself. So here the Jnana where I, the Tat, and Tvam have to become Asi together as one. That's why from 13th chapter on, all the way, the total this is how those two are combining together, is what is taught here. Tattvamasi statement. Here it says, Anumanta cha. Anumanta is one who is now, once I am becoming a Sakshi, I cannot remain Sakshi all the time. Once I come out of the house, I have to get involved. So it says, Anumanta cha. So one who approves are involved and at the same time standing apart with the detached attachment where I can play the game also. That should be my attitude. And recognizing I am Bharta, I am supporting both the whole universe. So this is an evolution as I go. As I say, I am the supporter of the whole thing too. Bhokta, I am the eater also. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahai, Brahmajño, Brahmanahutam. All that knowledge that you have gained has to be applied all the time to the degree that I can. This is a abhyasa. Practice has to be done. This is Upadrashta Namanta cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwaraha. I am the Lord of the entire universe. So going step by step, and in terms of Paramatma iti cha api uktaha asmin dehi Purusha Paraha. In this body, that is there as a Purusha, that which is conscious entity, has to be uplifted out to recognize I am the total Purusha also, because I am the Maheshwara, I am the Paramatma, although now involved in this body as Asmin Dehi Purusha. So this whole process of evolution from one end to other end is just picturized in the one sloka itself. And one, Evam Vetti Purusham Prakritim cha Gunais saha Sarvada Vartamanopi Nasabhuyo Bhijayati. The one who knows this, who understood this, that Purusha and Prakriti cha gunasa, this togetherness where I am the Purusha, I am separate, and this is the property of the Prakriti. Prakriti will have properties that you will see in the next chapter. The gunas belong to the Prakriti. If he has Sattvic Guna, he will still be Sattvic Guna. It will be Rajasic Guna, there may be still Rajasic Guna. But gunas belong to Prakriti. I am Guna Atita. I am beyond the gunas. That Purusha and Prakriti, the dual roles, because he already said the whole universe is me, but that's my lower nature. The higher nature is beyond me. If I understand both of them, this is appearing in the body also. This is my lower nature. This Prakriti gunas are there because this is a part of the Prakriti. And this Prakriti has Trigunatmikam. It is inert, therefore tamas is there. There is a Jnana Swarupam is there. Knowledge is taking place. All those things are happening at this level. At the same time, I can stand apart. Upadrashta namantacha bharta bhukta maheshwaraha. I can be witnessing and slowly transcend myself to understand I am pure consciousness also. All that has to be done. It's impossible. It cannot be done. No, I cannot see anybody doing it. All that is true. But this is the only jnanam. There is no other jnanam. The life is only meant for this. All the things is okay, you get involved, but this is the final. Otherwise, because we have lived so many lives and other things are gone, so many lives and all that, even this also going to go on. They say next life again you will do the same thing. So, use this life. If you are a Christian, you have only one life. We are Indians, we have many lives. So, use this life as the ultimate, because Manushyatvam, Mumukshutvam, Mahapurusha Samsrayam, Durlabam Taimi Vaitatu, Daivanugrahitukam. Even to be born as a human being and get exposed to this kind of knowledge and association with the great Mahatmas who have gone through this path is only due to the blessing of the Lord only. Blessing of the Lord is same as because of my punya karma in the previous janmas materializing in this form. So with that understanding, if I approach and take this opportunity, then it becomes worth living. Otherwise, you will live also. Maja, maja, and maja. Jani natmani pasyanti kechidatmanam atmana anyi sankhena yogena karma yogena chapare. So how do I realize this? What do I have to do? You don't have to do anything. Jhanina atmani atmana atmanam pasyanti. There is nothing else to do. By me, in me, by me, I have to realize myself. There is nothing much there, anything. But in order to understand this, I have to attend the camps. Because in order to recognize this problem, because I am the source of the whole thing, then where can I go? I am searching for what? Myself. Where are you searching? Where can you search? Where can I find myself by searching? How far I have to go? So Swamiji gives a beautiful example. One fellow got become drunkard, and he says they somehow brought to his room, and he says, I want to go to my room, I want to go to my room, I want to go to room. He says, you are in room. He doesn't accept. I want to go to my room, please take me to my room. Crying, making noise, all noises. So what he said, my God, how do we get rid of this fellow? He is not able to listen that he is already in the room. He says, okay, let's go. So they took all around the campus, everything brought out. I don't want to say campus, go all over the world, and they brought him back to his room. Now I am in my room. So this, where I'm searching all over for happiness. This is not untruth. This is what exactly. I'm searching for happiness all over the world. If I go there, I'll be happy. If I do this, I'll be happy. Let's do together, I'll be happy. All this happy, searching all over the place, going, running, morning and evening, and coming back what? Ultimately to go home to sleep properly. Tired of everything, I want to sleep and have comfortable. Happiness is coming from myself only. If I can recognize this, why do I have to go all over the world? Only I need proper teaching. For that only we have to attend. In order to understand that I don't need anything else, I need to understand and attend all these things. To know that I don't need anything else, I need everything else in order for me to know that I don't need anything else. This is the same thing. Mind is needed to know that I am not the mind. Remember this way I was explaining. Because with the mind only I can know. With the mind only I can get into troubles also. So that's why Manushyatvam, Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandha Mokshayo. Mind is responsible for Bandha and Moksha also. It is bondage as well as Moksha. So that I have to withdraw the mind to look at my mind. That's why in the meditation class I say you look part of the mind and look at other part of the mind. Subject, object are both in the mind. And shifting my attention from the object to the subject is the essence. That's called upadrashta. That's what seeing as a witnessing consciousness. And once I witness, I am not witnessed. I am only witness, not witnessed. Objects are in my consciousness. But that witnessness is not real. It's only that comes and goes. Ada vantecha yannasti vartamane pitartad. I don't know if you know where it is. Those who are attending Mandukya Upanishad class that I take on Sundays, and that reminds me, I was supposed to tell you that. there is a sheet of paper. Those who are interested, I give 2 talks. One is Saturday, that is on the Uddhava Gita, which is of those who have attended Bhagavad Gita can learn that. Not those who are not attended. Because that takes you beyond, it's very, very subtle. And that is taken in the Durga temple on Saturdays from 10:30 to 12. Go to question and answers. And I take Sundays, the Mandukya, which Upanishad we took already, that CDs are available. The Agama Prakarana. I am doing now the Gaudapadas, the other 2nd, 3rd and 4th chapters. And that's where all the analytical things are coming out in terms of why it is not this way, why it is that way, and everything is analyzed in a very crystal clear way. And that's called Mandukya Karika. And in that, Gaudapada says, Ada vantecha, Adau anta, Ada vantecha, yannasti vartamane vitartadha. What does that mean? It means that which has not there in the past, that which will not be there in the future, it's not there even now also. What does that mean? I give simple example. So pot, saw the pot, right? Pot was not there before it became a pot. So every object has its origin. So it was not a pot there, therefore there was a time where it was not a pot. That's how object is defined. Object is praga bhava pratiyogini. That's the Nayayikas, the logicians, the Indian logicians define what is an object. Object is that which has not there in the past. That's what is an object. Prag, abhava, pratiyogini. That prag before, abhava was not there. Now that is, its absence is countered by its presence now. That's what the grammarian Nyaya, the logician's definition of an object. Object is that whose existence was not there and it is opposite to its previous non-existence. So pot is there, I see, but it says it was not there before. There will be a time where it will not be there in future, and therefore it's not there even now. So why do you say it's not there? I'm seeing it. No, see properly. What is there is clay, not a pot. Pot, in the clay in this form you are calling a pot. It was clay before, it is clay now, and it is clay future also. There is no pot. Why are you saying unnecessarily pot there? So, Ada vantecha yannasti, that was not there before or future, vartamane, even now it's not there. Now how does this apply to philosophy here? Remember, the whole world came from me. He just now said, I am Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam. From me it came, by which it is sustained, into which it goes back. There means there was a time where the whole universe was not there. There will be a time where the universe will not be there. Therefore, there is no universe now also. Right? Because it was not there before, it's not there in the future. Therefore, he says, Vartamane Tadada. Even now it's not there. What is there? He, the Lord Himself is there. That's why He said all that. I am that also. Sarvada Pani Padavtad. All the legs and their hands are me. So where is that? There is no other thing other than Him. That becomes the knowledge. And to that Atmani eva Atmana Tushta. Therefore here Dhyanena Atmani Pasyanti Kichid Atmanam Atmana Anyi Sankhena Yogena Karma Yogena Chapare. And this is the highest. And those who are coming, they have to come to Jnana Yoga, that is Sankhya. Sankhya is Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga Chapare. Others who has to still come in the evolution process, get to Karma Yoga, then to Jnana Yoga, till to Jnana. This is the hierarchy that Krishna himself. They're so beautiful because this 13th chapter is the essence of Gita and essence of Vedanta also. So I'm going very slowly in terms of trying to get these, because these 16, 17 chapters are only that what we discussed a little bit here. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu Tishtantam parameshwaram Vinasyatva vinasyatvam Syatva vinasyantam Yah pasyati sapasyati. So here is the statement that I just mentioned now. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu. In all beings I am there, therefore I am exactly same, not changing. Things that are changing is nothing to do with me. So ring is becoming a bangle, or bangle is becoming a necklace, but gold as I am doesn't change at all. It was AU there, AU now, AU before. AU means gold. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. This parameshwara, which is that, which is the highest, that is consciousness that I am, is tishtanti, is sitting in everyone. Samam, same. The life is same. Life principle that he expresses is. And vinasyascha vinasyantam yak pasyati sadasya. How do I see this? That who sees, yaha pasyati, is that who sees is even things that are changing. The one who can see the changeless in the changing things, he alone can see. But if I just carried away with the changing things, that which is destroyed, he doesn't see. So what is that for me to see? Means seeing is understanding here, where I understand that which doesn't, is changeless in the changing things. What is the changeless? In all this, idam sharidam kaunteya, the one that kshetram is this continuously changing. The body is changing, the body that I am in the childhood changing, the body in the adulthood is changing, the body in the old age is changing. That kshetram is changing continuously, but I am same person that I was a child. It's called pratyabhignya. Same person I was in the child, I'm same person now, I'm same also with the body. Mind, intellects are continuously changing until it deteriorates. But I am changeless in the changing things. So yaha pasyati. Whoever sees this clearly, he alone sees. Let's do sloka 29. That's nice. 12:20. We'll stop here. Prakruchaiva cha karmani. This is sloka 29. Prakruchaiva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvashaha yah pasyati tadatmanam akartaram sa pasyati. This is the same statement came little before. He says all actions are being performed by Prakriti. Prakriti evasa sarva karmani. All actions are being done by Prakriti only. Remember Prakriti Purusha. The Prakriti does all the actions. And who sees this clearly? He alone understands. Yaha pasyati tadatmanam akartaram. Who sees that I am never a doer, but in my presence the doing is gone. Because I am upadrashthanamantacha. Remember, I am upadrashta. I am sakshi. Sakshi doesn't get involved in the actions. I am pure consciousness that is watching the body, mind, intellect functioning. If I can see, then I can really see. That's essentially apasyati sahapasyati. Means one who sees this alone sees the truth. So Prakriti does. You never do it. But I unnecessarily go and take that, hey, I am doing it. Remember that man, big box in the train? He was sitting in the train to help the train and sitting and carrying on his head the big box because he wants to help the train. So he said, put it down. He said, the train is carrying you and the box also. So unnecessarily I take in my head, I am a doer, and then complain, how come I am this, nobody recognizes me, and I am doing so much of help and all that, and other people don't care what I am, all that. The problem is, put that down. Unnecessarily, because he is the one who is the doer, and that's called Prakriti. Prakriti yocha karmani kriyamani sarvani, all actions, good or bad, is done by him. So you don't have to take good or take bad also, don't have to take. But if you take that, then you are a knowledgeable person. And there is a statement I gave last example. Remember, the sun is shining, doesn't get contaminated by what he illumines. This is come from this chapter. So let's do 33. Yatha prakashayatyekaha prakashayatyekaha krishnam lokamimam ravihi krishnam lokamimam ravihi kshetram kshetri tata krishnam kshetram kshetri tata krishnam prakashayati bharata. So here, just as yatha, just as prakashayati ekaha, eka, one who shines everything, that is the sun, ravihi, the surya, the sun shining everything in this. Because of him, whole life is pulsating on this earth. If there is no sunshine, there cannot be any life at all. But that sun is never get contaminated, but what he is causing here, the life doesn't change him. So things are going up and down, some people crying, some people shouting, all generations have come, generations have gone, people are complaining, people cause other people to complain, everything is going on, but he does not, he just illumines and nothing happens to him. In the same way, here Krishna says, Kshetram Kshetri Tatha, in the same way, says Kshetram and Kshetri. Kshetram is this field. Kshetri is the knower of the field. Who is that knower of the field? Kshetrajnam chapi mam veddi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Remember, that is the Mahavakya. I am the Kshetrajna in all kshetrams. And so he is Kshetram Kshetri. In the same way, the knower of the field and the field. Tatha. Just as the sun shining the whole universe, but sun doesn't get affected, in the same way, I am Kshetrajna and I am illumining the Kshetram, knower of this. Knower, the Kshetram keeps changing, but I am not affected by these modifications. And I am Prakashayati Bharata, I am self-shining, self-existing, Nitya Suddha Mukta Swarupoham Ahamiva Ahamyeva. I am pure all the time, never get contaminated. In fact, in the previous story it says, I am like Akasham, the space. Space never gets contaminated. Oh, this space is stinky. What do I do? Remove. What is stinky is not the space. Space has no qualities of that. It is eternally pure. But all other things are superimposed on top of it. that does not belong to space. That's why we can clean it, put the air, all these things, air freshener, this freshener and all that, clean the whole room and says, now it's better. Space is now clean. Space cannot be clean. It is whatever the impurities are, you have driven away and put something else there. So here, that is Ratha Atma, no, apalipyati. The previous sloka it says it is never get contaminated, just like space, akasham, apalipyati, just like space doesn't get contaminated, it also doesn't get contaminated. It says, this kshetra kshetragyo Erevam antaram jnanachakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye vidu yanti te param. Those who know this distinction of kshetram and kshetrajnam, the field and the knower of the field, who has the knowledge of this, he is the one who goes the highest, who understands, and this is the what Viveka means. And this is what Krishna says, real jnanam. Jnana means kshetra kshetragyo jnanam, tattad jnanam atam mama. In my opinion, what is the real truth is who is a knower and who is a not knower. And what we will do is now, let's end up.